Hi everyone, it is Sylvan again. Today I am back to show you a new release, a new mass market release that I just got. This was actually released June 28th, I think it was, but I didn't know about this deck at all until I saw, and I have to admit, I saw the backs of this on the VR about Show Us Your Backs. And I was like, oh my God, I love those bags. I need to find out more about this deck. And then I looked it up and I absolutely love it. This deck is amazing. This deck evidently came out in like 2021, 2022, and it was independently published, and you could get it via Etsy or via the artist's personal website. And what they did was they often did in like limited runs, making it like a collector's item. But and then they got, of course, like picked up by REDFeather, and then it was released as a mass market, so the rest of us are able to get this awesome deck at a very reasonable price compared to what would originally cost, like, I'm sure on Etsy or via the artist's website. So I'm super duper excited about it. Now, one of the things that's so great about this is that if you're looking for like a feminist, witchy, or radical like self-expression theme, this is fantastic. It is called Boadicea's Tarot of Earthly Delights. So the reason that this is Boadicea's is because there was a fierce queen of like ancient, I think it's Inca tribe, who led an uprising against the Roman Empire in Britain. So she was like a symbol of resistance and power and divine feminine strength, which this is kind of the image like of that. There's also another card in here. There's a statue of Boadicea that they took a picture of and they made into an actual card. So there's like two extra cards that come in this deck. And then Earthly Delights says of Earthly Delights. That was like a nod to Borges' The Garden of Earthly Delights, which is a famous Renaissance painting known for its like dreamlike, bizarre, often like sensual imagery. So that is the combination of this, and this is all like the way that this is actually made is like it's like, I don't know how you would describe it, like a surreal, like erotic, symbolic, it really does evoke the feeling of Hieronymus's Brox's Garden of Earthly Delights, but with more like of a modern and empowered feminine gaze upon that. So that is like, I'm just so fascinated by the background of this deck that I really love it. It's like a mythic femininity with like a lush earthly symbolism that like it really defines the mood and purpose of the deck. It's like celebrating the wisdom, nature, rebellion, and sacred pleasure all in one. I know, it's crazy, right? It's just crazy. I really, really, really loved it. I think it is really, I think this deck, and if you don't, it's not like a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's not one of those. It really, I mean, it uses a lot of the same symbolism, but in a different way. So you couldn't just like know Rider-Waite-Smith and just like use it. I mean, there's like more to it. Let's dive in and like look at it so that you can see it. Now, just to warn you, the box is huge. I really have my camera like really pulled out on the stem to be able to get this whole box. I mean, like, look at it. Look. It's like so huge. And it's because the book is huge that comes with it, as well as the cards are bigger than a normal deck. So this is the box. It comes with the magnetic closure. So that's the box. And then the back of it, let's take a read. Boadicea's Tarot of Earthly Delights is an incandescent melody of collaged images drawn from Western culture and beyond. Comprising of 80 cards, Boadicea's tarot draws on the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery while providing a fresh visual interpretation, using assembled fine art from antiquity through the Golden Age, spiced and razor-sharp wit and wisdom. The minor suits dubbed combustion, tentacles, ether, and fungi. This glorious mischievous deck features squid, occupy, mushrooms, and I can't pronounce that, and narwhals in starring roles. 2 additional cards contribute to this quirky deck's charm. The something platypus and Boadicea the Queen. With a 216-page comprehensive color guidebook, Boadicea's Tarot is brimming with in-depth tarot insight, including expert insight on queries, spreads, and more. It's a delight for art lovers and sophisticated spiritual seekers who enjoy humor and deplore sanctimonity. So, I mean, seriously, y'all, this deck. Oh my God. Let's look on the inside of the box. Let's just, no words. So we open it up. It's got this beautiful insert in here, and it says, "We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep." Prospero the Tempest, William Shakespeare. This is the humongous guidebook, so we'll be looking at that. And then these, it has a little ribbon, and these are the cards. So see how they're bigger? We'll be looking at that. And then this is the inside of the box. It's got this big insert here with these cool looking bumblebees and stuff in it. So that is the inside of the box. So it is a huge box, like seriously huge box. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back down a little. Okay, first, let's look at the guidebook. So this is the guidebook. It is very, very large. I think, I gotta move these out of the way. Like I said, this is like 215 pages. It's huge. Here's the artist on the back page. So Paula Millet and Carolyn Canner. It's full color. Yeah, so it's full color. And look at all of this information. Like seriously, look at all this information. So let's open this up. Here's all the copyright information. So 2025, like I said, it just came out. Even though this deck was out independently in like 2021, this is the first mass market edition of it. And then we have, acknowledgments, contents. We've got the creator statements. We've got an overview with the beginnings about Boadicea the Queen and why the Garden of Earthly Delights. Then they go into the major and minor arcana. So like I was reading from the back of the box, we have Suit of Combustion, which is going to be wands. We have Suit of Tentacles, which is going to be cups. Suit of Ether, which is going to be swords. And then Suit of Fungi, which is going to be the suit of coins. So those are the suits are renamed. And then there's an extra card called the Platypus. Then they also go into some divination, tarot readings, different spreads. Look at all the spreads that you get. And then finally take off. And I like, there's also an appendix for additional sources and credits that they have in the back. And look, it's like 10 pages of sources that they actually have in here. So if we were to flip through this, Tarot Beginnings, Boadicea the Queen. So this is the story of Boadicea, and it basically tells you how she went out there and started an army and fought against the Roman Empire. I mean, in the end, she lost, but she did quite a hell of a fight and killed a lot of the Romans. So here on the bottom, it said, "To Boadicea, we dedicate this tarot. Consider yourself warned." Just amazing. It's so good. So good. I just get chills like thinking about like the feminine power and energy in this deck. I absolutely love it. This is the Boadicea and her daughter's statue. So this statue was made into a card. We'll see that in the cards. And then why the Earthly Delights. So they explain to you why the Earthly Delights was used as a way to look at the cards or build out the cards. And then we go straight into the major arcana. And then each one of the cards, they give you the image itself. So you got an image here. We have a description of the image. So like for the Fool, a lively lass with the head of an ass is poised at the brink of a cliff. Despite for the fearful Pisidine, she dances joyously, wildly, seemingly oblivious to her peril. Her little dog prances beside her, and a fat bumblebee buzzes across her path. The sky is blue above, golden fields far below. So you get a nice description of this. You get a quick interpretation. The Fool blithely embarks upon a new adventure with good luck as her companion and the world unfolding at her feet. So notice this is just like Rider-Waite-Smith. So the only difference is going to be is a lot of the images are going to be different. But the interpretation and the reading for that image is going to be like Rider-Waite-Smith. So we have the upright, and then we have the reversed. And then the thing that I love the most, because I am a total nerd when it comes to this, is they include the symbols. So why a bee was included. The precipice, so like the stepping off of the cliff. The blue sky, and what the blue sky means. A far horizon beyond the mist, seeing that far horizon. The head of an ass. So the folly that refers to the episode in Shakespeare's Midnight Summer's Dream. So it tells you that. And then the dog. So it tells you how the symbols that were chosen for the image correspond to what the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith card means. So I love that. I love that because I feel like if you're at a point in your Rider-Waite-Smith learning process, so you've learned the basic meanings and you could do some basic readings from drawing the cards, and you just want to expand on that knowledge, expand a little bit of different symbolism that means the same kind of thing. This would be a fantastic deck, a fantastic deck to look at, or to actually do like a deck study on, to do that, to expand yourself out into learning more about the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings and symbolism and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, the nerd in me totally loves it. And so each card is like that. So look at that, everyone. Like this is like a next to my bedside, nighttime reading kind of book. I would sit there and read this entire thing, and I'm going to, I'm going to have to put it in the rotation because I love it. And it goes all the way through it. The other thing I was going to point out is that, okay, so we got the major arcana. So, all of that, and then so there's also the Boadicea the Queen. So this is the extra card and what it stands for in the interpretation. But then when we get to the minor arcana, it shows you the elements and why each one was chosen. So why combustion is wands and tentacles is cups. It tells you why that was chosen. The numbers, so it gives you the cartomancy numbers, or the numerology symbolization of the numbers, and then court cards and what, pages, knights, kings. So it's really a great learning book. But then when we get to the individual cards, across the top of it, it gives you keywords. So that's another thing that I really absolutely love about it. So you have the same full image, a description of the image, an interpretation, upright and reversed, as well as the symbols and why those symbols were chosen for that particular card. So you have that, but then you also have your keywords up here at the top. It's just such a great deck study book. I mean, like, seriously, everybody, y'all. If I had a group, this is definitely would be on the top of my list of let's as a group do this particular deck. So, you know, I just think it's fantastic. So anyway, so gushing about this deck is fantastic. And wait till you see the images. Here is the information for the platypus and what this is. It's got the interpretation with upright and reversed, as well as the symbols. So again, there's 2 extra cards in this deck. But once we get past that, we have the Spirit of Inquiry. So how to actually start reading the cards. Reading tool as an art. One card, 2 cards, 3 cards, doing past, present, future, subject, object, and relationship, want, need, and act. So we have all of these different card readings. And then there's a special one that's like a 5-card cross variation. And then this is Boadicea's Badassery and a spirit spread. So there's 2 special, super special ones that come with this deck. Modern Celtic Cross. Another one, Grand Garden of Earthly Delights. So that's another one that's in here. Boadicea's Chariot. Wow, there's so many. There's so many great readings. And then the Saga spread, so 9-card spread. That is fantastic. And then Taking Off the Training Wheels and Go. I mean, isn't this a great guide? I mean, holy guacamole. Sheesh, it's great. So here's your appendix and then image sources and credits. I really, really like this. This is fantastic. I mean, I have really started liking collage decks, but a lot of them don't cite, or like 1% seem to cite where those images came from. But this deck actually includes that citing and credit. So that is so fantastic that they include that. So if you're a total nerd and you want to get into it, then this is here. The appendix like gives you all of that information. Printable, like so much. Oh my gosh, I can't even go into it all. So that is the guide. I mean, I feel like I could just stop right now and I'm in heaven, right? But I also want to show you the cards, of course. So that's the guidebook. And then, whoops, don't set everything on fire, Sylvan. Okay, so these are the cards. Now, these cards are larger than normal tarot cards. So this is a normal tarot card. This is 7 centimeters by 120 centimeters. And look at how much extra room is on each side of this. So they're definitely larger than your normal tarot cards. It's more along the size of an oracle deck. So this is an oracle deck. This is like typical, but see how it's just a hair bigger. So it's even just a hair bigger than normal sized oracle cards. So it's quite a large card. But those of you out there that like large cards, it actually is nice because you can really see the images with it being so large. And another thing that's nice is that instead of Roman numbers, they use real numbers. Or real numbers. I don't know what the name of this kind, but it's not Roman. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's easier. And the font is super easy to read. So I like that about the cards. It's not a shiny cardstock, but it's not matte either. It's almost like a semi-gloss kind of cardstock. The cards are kind of thick. So it does make a thick deck. So look at how thick that is. And then this is the gilding right here. So we got gold gilding. So let's feel those edges. So the edges, there's no lip. I can't feel any lip on this. So if you're a person that doesn't like gilding because there's like a lip that causes a problem for you when you're shuffling, it doesn't seem like it has that. So hopefully that wouldn't be a problem for you. But I like the gold gilding. It just adds to the majesty of this particular deck. Now these are the backs that I absolutely fell in love with. So I saw Show Us Your Backs, the VR for Show Us Your Backs. Somebody showed this deck back and I fell in love with it. When I saw that, I loved it so much. I was like, oh my God, I have to see what this deck is about. So this is the reason that I started looking into this deck to begin with. I love these backs. They are amazing. And they're reversible. So if you read reverses, you can, and in the book, it's got reversals in the book as well. So, I mean, totally can use this deck with reverses, and then refer to the guidebook. As far as color scheme, you'll notice it's kind of almost like jewel tone color schemes in here. And another thing that's like super cool about it is that you'll notice that the border for the majors is like this red flower kind of border. And then when we go into combustion, which is the wands, it has like this gold yellow border. And then in the tentacles, which is cups, it has a blue border with tentacles in the actual image around the border. And then for ether, which is swords, it's got the blue. And then for fungi, which is earth or coins, it's got the green with what looks like fungi images in the border. So when you're using the deck, the borders can kind of help you with your reading and the color schemes. So I really it's kind of, like I said, kind of a jewel tone. And again, these images are a collage style images. So let's go through the cards and actually look at the cards themselves. So I'm going to flip through them and put some music on so you can actually see these, because otherwise I'll be here all day telling you about all the cool things about the cards. Aren't they fantastic? I mean, seriously, like there's so much to each one of these images that like you can just dive so deep into these images. It's just so good. It's so good. Like seriously, guys, it's so good. Okay, let's see if we can shuffle this. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to riffle shuffle this. I think they're just going to be I got myself all discombobulated. I'm not sure I can do this. They're so big. I will be impressed. Oh, like I can't. I no, I can't. My hands are too small. The cards are too big. So riffle shuffling is not going to happen with this deck. For me, at least for me, maybe for you. But I'm sure we could do a good old overhand shuffle. Look at how thick. Look at how my fingers can only grab about half of that deck. Whoa. So this deck is a beast of a deck. Now, to make it smaller, I would be tempted to cut those borders off because each card has such a thick border. However, I really do like the different colors and images on the border. So I'm not sure I would do it. Only because I like it so much. I think that I would have to do like half an hour of shuffling to feel like I got the whole deck shuffled enough, and then just live with doing a hand over hand going forward with this particular deck. Let's look at what they look like in a 3 spread, just so that we could see the cards side by side. Let's do a little zoom in. Aren't they fantastic? I really like these images. There's so much in them. You can you could really dive into it. Now, these images are just so fan. There's a Boadicea. You can really dive into this so much. Like you could almost, if the Rider-Waite-Smith thing is not working for you, you could definitely use this as intuitive oracle cards as well, because each one of the images just has so much going on that you could really read into it. Oh, that looks like Krampus. Yeah. See, I just love the way they look. I think doing a big spread would be hard to do because they're so big. I don't know what doing a Celtic cross with this deck. It would literally, you would have to have a full size rectangle table to do it because they're so big. But I love it. I just love these images. I really. My husband looked at this and he was like, "Oh, asparagus king or asparagus emperor." I mean, look at these tentacles. They're just fantastic. Let's do a reading from the book for that 2 of Tentacles that we just saw. So the 2 of Tentacles. Zoom back out. Put them to the side. Fungi, Aether, Tentacles. 2 of Tentacles. So, a male and female clasp hands, his squid and her octopus tentacles entwined suggestively. She engages the viewer with a something smile. So she's got like a something codikish, something smile. His interest is definitely piqued. These roles are not foreordained by gender. All genders and orientations can play their role. The 2 of Tentacles is more likely to be about a sexual or romantic relationship than the Lover's card is. I don't know if I would always agree with that, but the 2 of Tentacles or 2 of Cups to me is more about creating bonds and anyway, figuring it out and that kind of stuff. But so according to them, sexual and romantic relationship more than the Lover's card. But interpretation, pair speaks about love, sexual attraction between 2 people, a deepening emotional relationship, or sometimes an unexpected emotional entanglement. The red dress means passion, so she's wearing a red dress. Tangled tentacles. Where do my feelings end and the other person's feelings begin? So since the tentacles are entwined together on the card here. The upright reading for this is come together right now, a new romantic relationship or sometimes a deepening friendship of the heart. Harmony, commitment, about commitment, making a commitment. Engagement leading to marriage, partnering with integrity. That's another thing that I look at Two of Cups as. Or sometimes a platonic merging with another person who over shared interests or a shared project, like friends. Two of Hearts could be like, I found a friend that really gets me and likes the same things that I do. It doesn't have to be romantic with the Two of Hearts. What am I saying? Two of Cups. Love is. Emotions are, sometimes love and attraction are inconvenient, sometimes it is impossible or unethical to act upon our feelings, and sometimes love hurts a lot. We can control our behavior, but we need to feel our feelings nonetheless. So that's the upright reading. And then the reversed reading is keep your tentacles to yourself in public. Deception or coercion, regardless of sex, love and sex, a something love affair, a relationship with secret benefits, an internet flirtation, sexual harassment, or sometimes plain old-fashioned adultery. Are you sure this is what you want? In reversal, this card can indicate a troubled relationship fraught with manipulation, lies, or even abuse. Please seek professional help if your love relationship is actually a love-hate relationship. Interesting. So a little bit different interpretation than I would normally think of this card. But that's one of the things that's so fun about seeing these different decks and finding out about the artist's interpretation or the writer's interpretation of the card and what does that card mean in their particular deck. So really, really interesting. So our keywords are tentacles, water, cups, emotions, intuition, and relationships. So those are the keywords for it. Very, very interesting. I like it. I still like it. I'm not sure about the book now that I've read it. I have to read the rest of it to find out, but I still love it. It's just such a fascinating deck. So let's look at some pairings. Pairings are always fun. Always, always fun. So I always pair just oracles with a tarot deck. So let's put this out and let's see what we're going to pair first. Let's pair, I thought maybe this mushroom oracle. The mushroom oracle might be good because it's got kind of the same imagery. It's got the same collage type imagery in it. So I thought that it would go. And they have a flowers version of this same oracle deck as well as a shells or version of this deck. So I think any of them would actually go with the deck. Let's zoom just a little bit back out. So let's see how this looks. I can tell you, I already like it. I think that it already goes. It feels so very similar with the Boadicea, I'm not saying it right, deck. So got a fungi and fungi. Definitely goes. Notice these cards are still bigger. Look at they're bigger than the oracle. I'm not used to seeing that. That's so very interesting that they went with such big cards. But I do think this mushroom oracle goes with it. And like I said, if you have the flower version of this, if you have the Oh my gosh, the seashell version of this, I think those would go. It would look the same as far as combining these with those oracles. Okay, so that's great. I think that goes really well. So that was the mushroom oracle. Okay. I also thought it might be fun to put it with the Quiet Rebel, or Quiet Rebel Oracle, because the Quiet Rebel Oracle also has that collage with old images. I wasn't sure if the coloration would go. This one definitely looks like it would go. So these are definitely a lot more vintage than these, as far as the people in it. I think you could do it though. I mean, it's definitely not a perfect match, but I do think it could go. Because you have the same collage style images. I like it. Okay, so that's the Quiet Rebel Oracle. The next pairing I thought would be the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And I chose this one because this is photography deck. Let's reset these. I wasn't sure about this one either. Well, that definitely looks like it goes, right? I've always loved the Sacred Destiny Oracle. It's high up in my list of some of my favorite Oracle decks. So it's not a perfect pairing, but I definitely think that you could use it. I love this butter soft cards that the Sacred Destiny Oracle comes with. Still so pretty. I look at these cards after I haven't seen them for a while, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Sacred Destiny Oracle, it's so pretty. I want to use it again. But I have so many decks I want to use that I haven't used yet. So I can't go back to you, Sacred Destiny. Not yet. Not yet. Okay, so another pairing was the Folia Oracle deck. I thought that might go. These are round cards. I love this deck as well. One of my favorite Oracle decks. I know a lot of people don't like round decks, but I like them. I like weird shaped decks. I don't know why, but I do. But I thought this soft, earthy type deck might potentially go. It's okay. You guys will have to let me know, what would you pair this deck with? Is there any particular one that you can think of that you would think would go with this deck? So that was the Folia deck. It's okay. I mean, you could, but it's not exactly it. And then the last one that I thought was this Oracle of the Roses. So I thought these vintage roses might go well with this type of image. So let's take a look at a couple of these. I do like it. I think the simplicity of the flowers goes well with the collage images of the deck, because there is so much going on in the collage that something simple and sweet like these flowers definitely does seem to go. I do like it. So out of all of these decks, of course, the one that I liked the most was that first one that I looked at with you guys, which is the Mushroom Oracle, because it just seems almost like the Mushroom Oracle was made to go with the Boadicea's Tarot of Earthly Delights. So that was the Oracle Roses. So what do you guys think of this deck? Do you like it? Is there too much going on? You know, what do you think of the guidebook? You know, let me know what you think of this deck. Are you planning on getting this deck? Have you been using it? Now, I would love to hear from people who have been using this deck and let me know, like, how has it been working out? How are the readings been? How has the interpretations been? If you've gone into the book and read any of the interpretations, be very curious about that. So that was the Boadicea's Tarot of Earthly Delights. I really like it. I'm looking forward to using this deck. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it would make a really excellent deck study. So until next time, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you, everybody who's following me. I really, really appreciate you. As a new YouTuber, it is so heartwarming to see such an awesome tarot community and to get all of the positive feedback that I get. And I really do appreciate you. If you're new to my channel, please hit like and subscribe, which helps me as a new YouTuber, you know, get going. And I really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.